Over and over I get complaints about the limits we impose on certain programs. So I thought I'd take a couple of minutes to talk to you about why we impose those limits and where we might have limits. The most common complaint I get is for uploading images. We have, and it varies between individual programs, but in most cases you can't upload an image over 1 megabyte in size. The problem is the new digital cameras can take huge pictures, often 10 to 20 times that size. So when people go to upload those pictures, they get an error message telling them it's too big and it needs to be resized before they upload it. Well, why wouldn't we just let people upload the huge photo if they want to? First, what most people don't understand is that their computer screen is only between 800 and 1600 pixels wide. But that 20 megabyte image they took with their new digital camera might be 10,000 pixels wide. Now that's great for printing, but way too big for digital display. So they only need a very small version of that picture even to display the full size of their website. Secondly, if a person is uploading a 20 megabyte photo on an average connection, let's say 128 kilobytes per second, that would take approximately 1 hour and 18 minutes. An hour and 18 minutes to upload one photo. Now many of you have high-speed connections with 10 megabyte download times, but the upload speed is usually just a fraction of that. Furthermore, when traveling long distances and crossing 30 networks, by the time you reach your web server, it makes it even slower. So even with your super high-speed connection, it can take upwards of 5 or 10 minutes just to upload one photo. Well, after 5 minutes, people usually call us and complain the site's not working. They're trying to upload a file, and it's just sitting there doing nothing. Hey, guess what? It's still uploading, and it will be for a long time. Here's an even bigger problem. Some ISPs will break long connections after 5 minutes. Now, it's not our network, but your ISP, that one you're paying the big dollars for that high-speed connection. Now, with some protocols like FTP or Secure Shell, the software can recover after those breaks. But when using site builders and HTTP connections through web browsers, it's just not as versatile. So you lose the connection, and then nothing happens. Again, we get the blame. We get the calls telling us they can't upload the photos to their website. So the limit we have is not to punish you. It's not to make you do extra work resizing photos. It's to make your life less stressful. So you don't have to call us and get our long-winded explanation as to why you're having trouble uploading files. And on the flip side, the users that are visiting your website, well, they'd have to download that 20 megabyte image. Unless they're tethered to a high-speed network, they could be waiting several minutes for that picture to load on their page. Are people going to wait 5 minutes to see your website? Are they going to wait several minutes to get from one page to the next? Not likely. Users will just assume your website sucks, and it's not working. Then you call me and tell me our network sucks, and I suck, and you're losing business, and so on out. So the limits we impose are there to make your pages faster, to make the website more functional. I can't teach everyone everything I learned in the last 15 years, but I can place limits on programs that will prevent people from making the most common mistakes. Another example I have is the 50 categories we limit you to with the shopping cart. The reason we do that is because most sites have automated navigation menus, and having more than 50 buttons or links is just too much for a visitor to handle. No one's going to read through 100 buttons to find what they want. So we put limits in place to keep the sites neat, manageable, and usable on the front end for your users. We could lift all the limits, sure. But part of our responsibility is to make sure your website has value to you and your business. If I give you enough rope to hang yourself, you probably will. So why go there? I want to keep you as a customer. And you building a website that's dysfunctional won't give you any incentive to stay with pagebuzz.com. If you make a page that won't load on mobile devices because of the bandwidth limits over cell towers, well, that's not good for either of us. Or maybe you want to make a page that fits all the way across your screen. But then when the users with smaller screens have to scroll side to side to read each sentence, ultimately making their experience with your business a dreadful one. So the next time you feel like we're holding you back by limiting a slideshow to 10 photos, or pages to 200 pixels long, consider why we did it and understand if you stay within those limits, your site will work better, load faster, and get you more customers. And that's my 2 cents.